telling him what to do, you know, telling him what he thinks he's done right, telling him what he thinks maybe wants to improve on, or just saying, hey, dude, don't lose your cool. Everything's fine. You've actually made a comeback already. Just like that cheerful sign that we saw earlier, you can get that 3-0 sweep, reverse this series, and advance.
Yeah, I think so. And no doubt that coach is giving him some valuable advice, like, go this strat. He's been doing this every game. Just go for it, man. You all in, whatever. And TaeJa, yeah, he's very used to the situation, though. So you know what? He's used to being the guy. It's on stage, like, figuring things out by himself in every international tournament. So it's just another match for him, I think.
Well, TaeJa definitely has the experience in best of fives in big, high-stakes matches. Terminator seems to, in the past, at least in our opinion, our assessment, get nervous on stage. When he's off stage, he does well. It all comes down to this final set on Nimbus to find out who's moving on to the regular tournament, that main stage. Let's find out who it's going to be. To the bottom right, Virginia Green Wings. Terminator has tied it up, putting us into this 5th game on a map that really suits his opponent's style, unfortunately for him. His opponent to the top right, it's TaeJa, and he's going to love these spawns.
He will indeed. Not as much as he would have loved to kind of be facing his opponent's natural, I think, more than anything else. It would have helped out, but still, he can do some pretty tricky play. It's
not as good as being right to the bottom left, but still, there's a lot of drops that you can do here. It's still a good map for drops, and he's not cross-spawn, so...
Yeah, cross-spawn's the one that Terminator would definitely want on this map. He wants as much breathing room as he could possibly get.
I'm feeling so tense right now. This is actually the deciding match.
This is what it comes down to, man.
And TaeJa is a big fan favorite. Everyone wants to see him in that duel tournament. Everyone wants to see him in the group stage.
I think everyone's expecting him to as well.
There's that sign again. Lose-lose, win-win-win. So...
No Nexus first. All very, very standard from both players.
Yeah, and it looks like... I want to say it looks like a Reaper expand, but TaeJa's been loving these Widowmine drop follow-ups with just Marines to control the scouting with blocking the top of the ramp and going into those fast Widowmine drops.
It wouldn't be a bad idea on this map.
What sort of build would you think, if you're Terminator here, what do you do? You stick with your guns?
I think he would go Stargate, to be honest. I think that's his thing.
I think so too. Just because it's predictable, it's a bit unfortunate that that's kind of the way I think is the best approach for him. But sometimes predictability gets kind of outweighed by the fact that it's a good build for the map, and you just need to stick with what you know and what you're good at, and clearly what you've practiced.
Yeah. I mean, the predictable thing on this map as well is there's going to be a lot of drops because it is a very drop-heavy map. So having that ability to go into Phoenix if you need to helps out so much, I think, especially for a player that already favors going Phoenix on other maps, less drop-heavy maps.
And this time it is going to be a Reaper. I want to point that out here. No quick drops. Could still see a drop follow-up, but it's not going to be as fast as the drops we've seen already from TaeJa in this series, in this tournament. Here comes that quick Reaper. And back at home, you're going to see that Nexus planted. Doesn't need to even start a Zealot on this map. And let's see what this Reaper can get done. Militia Core is late.
Yeah, it is pretty late. He's going to get a free probe, perhaps. No, doesn't want it. Or changes his mind. Does want it.
Ooh, and that one probe he's going to get will deny scouting, but it is going to make it so he can't get any further probe kills.
Yeah, it buys him a lot of time, enough to get the Mothership Core out, so he will kind of defend any other scouting, and it is going to be that Stargate on this map.
Let's see if TaeJa commits to going around the Nexus.
Yeah, he's going to commit. Wow.
He might pull probes to block it. Oh, it's too late. He's already seen it.
Wants to kill probes instead of scouting there.
I think he saw it. I'm not sure, though.
I wish we had our Observer PC to find out, but I don't think he did.
Tomorrow we will.
Tomorrow we will. We'll find out tomorrow.
Confirmed.
Yeah. And... yeah.
I don't think he did since he's coming back.
Oh, is he gonna?
He didn't see it. Oh my god.
Yeah, he didn't see it. All right, so
he's probably gonna scan because it's very obvious that's the one place he needs to check.
It's very good for Terminator. We do see a lot of Marines on the way, obviously from a reactor. See if he's gonna add some Widow Mines. One Widow Mine will do the trick. And
you know,
it is building.
It's such a shame he doesn't see that. I almost feel like he could have committed to actually just eating one more shot and still escape with the Reaper. Playing just a bit too safe for his Reaper. TaeJa loves all of his units equally. He would never sacrifice one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you still want to use this Reaper for map control. You want to define pylons and probes and scout as much as you can, poke around the edges of the base.
Yeah, he's not willing to take that risk. Okay, well, now he is. And he's going to check this. This is actually the location you would see the Oracle
he
anyways.
sees it.
Yep. Going to go down, but that's okay. He knows what's up. Widowmine is on the way. He's actually got one already.
Spot. He's like putting it in a very interesting spot.
Oh, because that's where the SCVs are going to run. Down there, and that's exactly where that is going to head. Oh, he sees it, though. Good turn.
Enough Marines there.
Oh, could he push it back into it? No.
I know, he wouldn't do that. Oh, that'd be funny if he did, though. He, like, herds it back in. It's like you only have one way to go.
Well, I really like that reaction there by TaeJa, knowing that he just needs to pre-pull his SCVs or he's going to take too much damage.
He's got to stack that.
Oh, I don't know if he can see that. Okay, he will.
Oh,
he should.
He doesn't care. Big mistake. Only 2 SCVs for an Oracle. Not worth it.
Not worth it at all.
Now, we're going to see that Marine Widowmine drop once again.
And this time, there's no Observer.
Only Marine drop. Will he run the Widowmines across the map? He could do that.
He could. He might actually also send them in the second medevac that pops out in a second.
Could be scared of simply a follow-up Oracle as well. Second Oracle.
Well, this is a bit awkward. Terminator has, though, on the other hand, chrono boosted a lot on his probes. He's still up 8 harvesters despite not getting any damage done. And this Nexus cannon will have to go off here. Does run away, only taking a few points of damage. And the Phoenixes are going to ensure no more drops actually take place.
Yeah,
and
so
even
Phoenix.
I was just going to say, even though TaeJa hasn't seen this, I think you can reasonably assume that we're going to see Phoenixes, and he's probably not going to commit to any more drops.
He's probably going to have it on his mind a lot more than in the past for sure. After losing to it like that, he's like, okay, he does this even on other maps. So Nimbus is a pretty safe bet. He will do it on this one too, because it seems to be like his go-to on uncomfortable maps.
Yeah. All right, combat shields, stem, everything looking to be a normal transition here for TaeJa. Sending Marines across the map to find out when this third base is going to get taken, if there's any move outs. He absolutely does not want to get caught off guard by one of those Colossus attacks either. Obviously, we're a bit too early for that at this moment, but something that he's definitely going to be aware of going forward.
It's leading in that same direction.
It certainly is.
That exact same direction.
Exact same build. 2 gateways being added right now. Let's see if he adds any of the other ones. Stalker's moving across the map to pressure and catch drops too. He's getting actually very aggressive. Doesn't want to tip his hand too early.
Yeah, scan goes down though. I'm sure he would have seen a Stargate building Phoenix.
Oh, wow.
He's going to lose everything here though.
This is really painful for TaeJa right now. So he's a Stargate building Phoenixes, but he's going to lose everything he just sent out in the middle of the map, including that dropship. And that means less units to defend, possible follow-up attack.
Does see the third base. Go down thanks to that Marine. So Terminator can go into more of a eco-heavy mid-game. Just with this composition once again.
Yep, combat shield's about to finish, as our observer just highlighted, but more importantly, Phoenix is in a really good spot to catch these units because he has this observer. He knows exactly where they are, and that's why TaeJa's like, oh, he must have an observer here and scans. But that's really cool because that way he knows, okay, the medevac right over there, I'm going to try to grab that one. It's away from the units. And he's totally controlling this while scaring TaeJa, I think, a little bit, but taking a third base.
What do we have exactly? We have 1 Colossi so far.
Second one's on the way.
Second one on the way.
Range almost done too.
With these Widowmines, we can actually see TaeJa do some pretty good work there.
He might be able to force a cancel here if he goes in like really quick for that second Colossus. Not a lot of Marauders though. I don't know.
He needs to get a little bit closer. He needs to get good Widowmine hits, I think, on the Phoenix. Or maybe on, I guess whatever he can would be
whatever
good.
The biggest splash damage he can get is what he wants here. Not quite enough. And because of shells weren't done yet either, they just finished. With those, I think he could have maybe picked off a Zealot or 2 at the very least. Perhaps at the very most, actually, with that many Colossi, the second one coming out.
Yeah, and I wonder how many Stargates we're going to see go down for TaeJa. Is he going to add those 2 Stargates and go into mass Viking production again?
If I'm TaeJa, I must be thinking right now, okay, this map is strong for drop play. He's not allowing me to do that with these Phoenixes, but I've already beat him with this style before. We went late game Phoenix where he didn't do the timing attack. I used to be calm here, add my starports, play for the late game, get those ghosts out because those were really so important for him the last time that Terminator played this style.
He's adding more Widowmines. He has about 4 Widowmines now, I think. Gets rid of another Observer too. So he can apply a lot of pressure with this. If he gets good Widowmine hits, even on the Phoenix, you know, it could help out in the mid game a little bit later.
Looks like 2 Marines go down there as he's trying to pick off some transferring probes. We've got that quadruple Viking production now started up. And Terminator loves to send these Zealots across the map. Spot drops. He's not afraid to send Zealots. He's not afraid to send Observers, Pylons, whatever. He's always got his bases covered when it comes to drop locations. I really like that a lot. 11 Phoenixes now already. +1 air. It's happening. It's starting up again. Late Twilight Council for that charge. We saw this already earlier. He needs to make sure he adds extra gates and keeps up with his upgrades, because if he loses those Phoenixes for any reason, he doesn't want to be sitting with 2,000 minerals going, uh-oh, I don't have anything.
Yeah, let's hope he doesn't do that again.
Storm, I think, also a better transition option than Carriers and Tempests.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really agree with the Tempest. Like, sure, it's going to help pick off Vikings in the late game, but if it's not going to get there, then they're just completely useless and way too expensive.
I think Templar first.
Templar first.
And
I
then
completely
Tempest,
agree.
if we go to a stalemate situation where TaeJa's like, oh, you have Storm, I'm not going to move even close to you. That's when you pull out the Tempest.
I like the charge upgrade. I like the armor upgrade. He is still investing in ground as well.
Yeah, adding extra gates a lot faster this time. It's almost as if his coach came in there and said, do that thing you're really good at. Just make sure you add the ground stuff.
I think he'll actually just go for that kind of same push that we did see him win on 2 base, but a much bigger 3 base kind of build.
Yeah,
a lot of Zealots, a lot of Colossi with the Phoenix. I think it could do very, very well.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Moonglade. Look at that. 5 more gates coming up. He's going to have the +1 for his Phoenixes and help him kill his Vikings. Anything he picks up a lot faster. Once he eliminates the Vikings, he can actually just start picking up Marauders one at a time, picking those off. And look at this. Any Marine he picks up here weakens the defense. Well, any unit in general, Marauder or Marine.
I like Widow Mines. It'd be cool if he added like a lot of Widow Mines, got like the drilling upgrade, and like use them to kind of deal with the Phoenix as well as the Vikings. It could wipe out everything really quickly. And
Yeah.
I mean, we do see that do very, very well against other air unit compositions like Mutas.
Well, this Zealot is sneaking around the backside here of that 3rd base. Oh, look at that wall is set up, though. And there's already a bunker. But he knows the 3rd base is up. He knows the way the wall is set up over there if he wants to assault that location. The Temple Archives is done, but if he's going to continue with his attack, he might just make Archons. And already that's what we see one of. One Archon going down. And a ton of Zealots to supplement with that charge upgrade. Phoenixes do have +1, as mentioned before.
This is a very scary timing, actually.
This is so
I think
scary.
we need to see, turrets, and I think some bunkers would help as well.
Yeah, because the Phoenixes can't kill units in bunkers. And if you have bunkers set up, they kind of form a wall as well against the Zealots. I actually like that idea a lot, Moonglade.
Well, here we go. He is posturing up. Those Widow Mines can get a huge shot on the Phoenix.
He needs to just carefully poke those down with the Thermal Lance.
Oh, snipes a Colossus.
Ouch. Great ball is here with those Vikings, and he's just going to go for it. Hail Mary, a bit haphazard, in fact. Vikings not targeting down those Colossi, of course, is dealing with the Phoenixes first. The entire ground army of TaeJa seems to be obliterated.
Completely wiped out at this point. I actually think TaeJa might lose this.
Well, he certainly could, man. He's dropped massively in supply. He wins the air battle, but if there's no ground units to support, this time Terminator has that ground support. He has those extra gateways, and TaeJa looks for the first time in this series really scared as he watches the last of his Vikings fade away. His production is camped, and I think you're right, Moonglade.
He was
down
not
40
prepared.
supply,
Yeah,
50 supply.
Completely unprepared for that fight. Looks like he wasn't microing at all as the Zealots and Colossi started wailing on the Marines. And by the time he started pulling back, he already had lost half his forces. And I think from here, we're going to see every SCV go down in the main base, and things are just going absolutely horrible for TaeJa. We might even see GG.
This thing spiraled out of control, and that's going to be it. Down to half the supply of his opponent. The fan favorite TaeJa here started off with a bang with a 2-0.
Looking fantastic.
Looking fantastic, but Terminator adapts, and GG takes the win amidst the screams of the fangirls downstairs.
Wow, really impressive. And once again, Phoenix Colossi. I'm starting to like Terminator. This is the kind of style that I like to see, man.
Well, it's unique. It's different. He's making it work a lot more consistently, a lot longer than some of these other Protosses. And he keeps his opponent guessing. I feel like TaeJa wasn't prepared for that big of a ground army this time.
Yeah. I mean, he saw it, too. He didn't react in time, and maybe bunkers would have helped as well.
Your bunker theory, I'm liking it more and more. I look back at that last fight we just watched. Bunkers would have made that a lot easier to hold.
Yeah.
It's something that's tough to think of, especially when you're not used to practicing against a style like that.
It's just like, in general, like, you're going to lose your ground army because there's so much Colossi and Zealots on the ground while you're fighting this massive air army with your Vikings. How are you going to get rid of them? I guess you needed some ghosts as well to help out, especially against that many Zealots.
Well, foreign
Never know.
fans, I know Team Liquid is, of course, a place to be, and one of your fan favorite players is eliminated. But there's more tournaments going on in Korea, and of course, Scarlet will be playing tomorrow. If you're a big fan of foreign StarCraft players, let's go into this interview with Terminator. A very important and big win here over the fan favorite.
네, 너무 기뻐요.
너무 기쁘시죠?
네.
You must be so happy.
어떠세요?
I'm very happy, he says.
지금 뭐라 말로 표현이 안 돼요. 지금 너무 기뻐가지고.
I can't even express how I feel. I'm so happy.
오늘 완전히 멋있게
It's actually amazing that I
때문에
won.
주장으로서 좀 어깨 쫙 피고 진에어 숙소로 돌아가실 수 있겠어요, 그렇죠?
네, 이 경기까지 졌을 때만 해도 어깨가 많이 움츠러들었는데
네.
한판 이기고 나니까 자신감이 붙더라고요. 네.
So after the second set, I was worried about even going home because I'm the team captain. I don't want to go back with a loss. You know, he was 0-2, didn't want to go back 0-3 as the captain. But of course, he was able to turn it back and take that win, so he feels much better now.
긴장하는 것 같아요. 그게 제가 손이
네.
막 연습 때만큼 안 돼가지고 막 엉키고 그래가지고 오늘도 막 프로보도 많이 뭉치고.
I think I get nervous in front of camera broadcast matches, just like you and I were saying.
저만 제 자신만 가다듬으면.
My skills are not the same on televised matches as what I practice, but if I get used to it, I think I'll do better in future rounds.
정말 많았다는 얘기를 들었어요.
네.
왜 그렇게 마음고생이 많으셨어요?
작년에 너무 못해가지고 그래서 은퇴 고민도 했었는데 주위에서 응원도 많이 해주시고 코칭 스태프
Last year I didn't really do very well.
격려도 많이 해주시고 조언도
Well,
많이
I actually even
해주셔서
considered
마음
retiring.
잡고 하니까
But my friends, my fans cheered for me a lot. They supported me a lot. And so I decided actually to continue playing Starcraft 2 as a pro gamer.
않고 노력하는 모습은 스타2 선수들뿐만 아니라 e스포츠 선수들이 모두 본받아야 할 모습이 아닌가 싶습니다. 자, 자타공인 프로토스를 대표하는 우리 하재상 선수.
네.
늘 응원해 주시는 팬들에게 한 말씀 해주세요.
오늘 추운
So do you have
날씨에
any comments
팬분들
to
많이
the fans that support you? You know, what do you
항상
say to
응원해
them?
주셔서 감사하고
I'm very thankful for the fans who came to the studio, even though it's a very cold day.
부탁드리겠습니다.
네, 여러분 하재상 선수에게 다시
And I
한번
hope the
큰
fans
박수
keep coming to the studio
부탁드립니다.
and supporting me. Crowd gives them a cheer there.
자, 그럼 오늘의 경기 결과와 다음 경기 예고를 화면으로 만나보시죠.
So those are our last matches of the day. We're going to take a look at our match results. All right, Moonglade, why don't you talk about that ZVZ series?
Well,
real quick?
a very big upset in my opinion. Rogue 3-0ing Sulky with kind of two bailing all-ins and just a bit of an overcommitment for Sulky when he finally got to be the aggressor. Rogue just playing very, very solid, very well-researched game, I think, against Sulky. Sulky now without a Kesper team. And now, second match, Classic versus Kira, much more close game.
Very similar to the last series. We see a Terran player take 2 wins over Protoss, Kira does, against Classic, who often gets nervous, and then he's able to just get his confidence back and win 3 games, Spam, Overgrowth, Merry-Go-Round, and King Sejong all in a row. I feel like the most impressive game we saw at a Classic was actually on Game 5, just showing a mastery of late-game PvT. And in our final series, fan favorite TaeJa took 2 wins on King Sejong and Deadwing, but Terminator was able to take 3 wins in a row, continuing to use his Heavy Phoenix style to great effect, especially in that last game on Nimbus, and also the Foxtrot Labs timing attack that we saw.
Yeah, very nicely done from Terminator. Good to see him finally do well again. Good to see him do well.
Yeah,
he always does well, fantastically in qualifiers, but finally breaking through that curse he has when he gets on stage.
Well, that does it for today's matches, and of course, we'll be back tomorrow. Brendan will be here with you. And I want you guys to, again, go take the time, if you haven't already, to go follow these streams. I'll hold that thought, actually. Before we talk about the closing comments, let's talk about tomorrow's matches.
Oh, man. Do we have some games tomorrow? Solar vs. Dream, Life vs. Flash, and Scarlet vs. TY. Fantastic, fantastic matches. Every single one of them is just going to be insane. And they're all ZVTs, which is a fantastic matchup to watch as well.
So if you're a Zerg or a Terran, you want to learn a little bit about the matchup, definitely tune in. If you're a fan of some of the most famous players in the world, Flash, Life, Scarlet, TY.
The world champion versus God.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my God. And then we get Scarlet after that. It's like, couldn't be a better day.
It's going to be pretty sick, man. So again, spread the word about this tournament. Also, tell people to go out on social media. Follow the stream. You can follow, of course, Twitch. You can go on Azubu, bookmark that page. Get out there and spread the word about this awesome tournament, this awesome game that you guys love and that we love as well. You can follow the two of us on Twitter. I'm ProxyWolf. He's Moonglade AU. And that's it for today. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Such a shame.